Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Tactical Leader. Today is a solo cast with just me talking about my conversation with Donnie Bovine from this past Monday and the badassery that he brings into the world. Before we begin, I'll remind you this show is brought to you by Nightly Productions. If you're a podcaster, YouTuber, content creator, or somebody that doesn't even have the time to accomplish all of that, head over to nightly.productions to find out how we can help you discover, embrace, and then share your voice through tactical content delivery. Again, that's nightly.productions. My conversation with Donnie was a lot of fun. I had a blast with it. It's interesting when you meet your people, right? And Donnie's a good old country boy, USMC Marine Corps vet. We won't hold that against him, y'all. Let's try not to hold that against him. He was a good sport about his first business plan being in crayon, so you got to love him for it. But it's a great conversation, and all together, man. He has some awesome content. The Badass Biz Summit that's coming up here in a couple weeks. I'm planning on being there myself. Definitely buying into a lot of what he's putting into the world. But beyond that, the book he has, um, well, several books, I guess, but the big one we talked about was Fucked to Focused. A lot of awesome stuff there. It's a new book. I actually have it ordered. It's heading my direction very, very soon. So I'm excited about that one. He even put out a piece of information and offer. He put out an offer to everybody. If you buy 10 books, the books are $4 on Amazon. So for 40 bucks, he'll give you an hour. Just send him over the receipt and he'll give you an hour long strategy session. Now, if y'all ain't willing to spend $4 to get an hour strategy session with a dude like Donnie, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I think it's a big thing that is awesome. It's something that I really encourage people to check out. And honestly, it was just released about a month prior to this recording, so brand new on the market. Lots of awesome stuff. Check it out. But I want to highlight several things that we talked about. We talked about personal accountability, the biggest lies we tell ourselves, not even being able to look yourself in the mirror because of different sales practices, business practices, different things that we put forward. I think we had such an interesting and amazing conversation attached to different aspects of that self-development piece. And what's interesting about the Badass Biz Summit that is happening here in a couple weeks, the focus is really on that mindset piece from workshops, breakout sessions, speakers, really focused on different aspects where it's all about that mindset, having that badass mindset to know how to push forward, how to create success, how to be the badass that you're meant to be. And there's so many different aspects attached to that. Y'all know I talk a lot about it in my book. Just entered into the first editing and revision piece. So there's a lot going on there. But it talks about that. How do you love yourself again? How do you find those pieces of yourself that are truly amazing, exciting, that you can fall in love with? How do you do that? And focusing on that piece, creating the freedom away from the hustle, the grind, the pieces where you love different aspects of things. Because a lot of what we have to recognize is the hustle and the grind that a lot of us face are really produced by ourselves. They're self-inflicted hustle mentality, grind mentality, hating ourselves. I talk a lot about that, hating myself attached to different things. But he's the tactical guy, right? We talk about tactics so much in the show. I'm excited about this Friday because we're going to talk tactics, what you can expect from the Badass Business Summit, what you can expect from Donnie as a whole. It's a big piece of it. It's not just taking notes, it's about implementation, taking action, making things happen for you. And I truly love that piece of it. So, several of the things he talked about, it really highlighted how important it is to have our mindset set and ready to overcome different aspects of how miserable we were, how miserable we kind of can be in our lives. Y'all know my story. Donnie had a similar story and then it has found awesome and massive success, which I absolutely love. And it's such an interesting piece to it. And I really encourage y'all, if y'all didn't catch Monday's episode, check it out. Honestly, this is not one I really am going to beat to death because it's interesting to hear how much he and I align on a lot of things. So hearing his piece of it, where he's focused on, looking in the mirror and loving himself again. He talked about that. He talked about how important and the value attached to that, talking about, being around the people that help you stay accountable to that, creating, he has the Success Champion Network, creating those different endeavors to surround himself to learn. And turns out he was a leader within that realm. So much there that I loved about our conversation. I really encourage you to check it out. Um, a big piece that I challenge people with is looking yourself in the mirror. A lot of what I talk about with my 30-day self mastery challenge is all about looking yourself in the mirror, loving yourself, loving different aspects of yourself. So I encourage everybody that's listening, go check out yourself in the mirror. Go look yourself in the mirror. Find something new that you love about yourself today. Think of something new. Maybe it's how you accomplish tasks, how you're mission driven, how you wake up in the morning, the different aspects. Find something new that you love about yourself and praise yourself for it. Something Donnie said, always celebrate the wins, no matter how big or small. So find a win, find something you love about yourself, go do that and really understand how amazing and badass you really are. Beyond that, come back this Friday. Let's talk tactics with Donnie. We'll get moving and grooving with badass tactics. And I look forward to catching y'all then.